keep refusing rights. So held on the cash, but the sin is on the hands of you. So to care on plead silence. Weak hands are calling. There's close enough, and there's too far. It won't change an empty stare, but I can't seem to end these images. Hauntingly looks like hell. So to care on please silence. Weak hands are calling. To care on please silence. Weak hands are calling. Enter the all that's shameful. May the past She seemed dressed in all of me, stretched across my shame. All the torment and the pain leaked through and covered me. I'd do anything ever to myself, just to have her for myself. Now I don't know what to do.
I'm feeling glad I got sunshine in a bag. I'm useless, but not for long. The future is coming on. I ain't happy. I'm feeling glad I got sunshine in a bag. I'm useless, but not for long. The future is coming on. It's coming on. It's coming on. It's coming on. It's coming on.
Finally, someone let me out of my cage. Now, time for me is nothing cause I'm counting no A's. Nah, I couldn't be there. Nah, you shouldn't be scared. I'm good at repairs and I'm under each snare. Intangible, bet you didn't think, so I command you to. Panoramic view, look, I'll make it all manageable. Pick and choose, sit and lose, all you different crews. Chicks and dudes, who you think is really kicking tunes. Picture you getting down in a picture tube, like you lit the fuse. You think it's fictional, mystical, maybe. spiritual hero who appears in you to clear your view when you're too crazy. Lifeless to those, the definition for what life is. Priceless to you because I put you on the hype shit. You like it? Gun smoke, you're righteous with one toe. You're psychic among those, possess you with one go.
I'm feeling glad I got sunshine in a bag. I'm useless, not for long. The future is coming on. Ain't happy. I'm feeling glad I got sunshine in a bag. I'm useless, but not for long. The future is coming on. It's coming on. It's coming on. It's coming on. It's coming on.
The essence, the basics, without it you make it. Allow me to make this childlike in nature. Rhythm, you have it or you don't, that's a fallacy, I'm in them. Every sprouting tree, every child of peace, every cloud and sea. You see with your eyes and see destruction and demise. Corruption in the skies from this fucking enterprise. Now I'm sucked into your lives through rust, so not as muscles but percussion to provide for me as a guide. Y'all can see me now cause you don't see with your eye. You perceive with your mind, that's the inner. So I'ma stick around with Russ and be a mentor. Bust a few rhymes, so motherfucker, I like your nature. Rhythm, you have it or you don't, that's a fallacy, I'm in them. Every sprouting tree, every child of peace, every cloud and sea. You see with your eyes and see destruction and demise. Corruption in the skies from this fucking enterprise. Now I'm sucked into your lives through rust, so not as muscles but percussion to provide for me as a guide. Y'all can see me now cause you don't see with your eye. You perceive with your mind, that's the inner. So I'ma stick around with Russ and be a mentor. Bust a few rhymes so motherfuckers remember what the thought is. I brought all this so you can survive when law is lawless. Feeling sensations that you thought was dead. No squealing, remember that it's all in your head.
I ain't happy, I'm feeling glad I got sunshine in a bag. I'm useless, not for long. The future is coming on. Ain't happy, I'm feeling glad I got sunshine in a bag. I'm useless, not for long.
I might be too strung out on compliments, overdosed on confidence. Started not to give a fuck and stop fearing the consequence. Drinking every night because we drink to my accomplishments. Faded way too long, I'm floating in and out of consciousness. And they saying I'm back, I'd agree with that. I just take my time with all this shit, I still believe in that. I had someone tell me I fell off, ooh I needed that. And they wanna see me pick back up, well where'd I leave it at? I know I exaggerated things, now I got it like that. Tuck my napkin in my shirt cause I'm just mobbing like that. You know good and well that you don't want a problem like that. You gon' make someone around me catch a body like that. No, don't do it, please don't do it. Cause one of us goes in and we all go through it. And Drizzy got the money, so Drizzy gon' pay it. Those my brothers, I ain't even gotta say it. That's just something they know. They know, they know, they know. They know, they know, they know. They know, they know, they know. Yeah, they know, yeah. That the real is on the rise. Fuck them other guys. I even gave them a chance to decide. Now it's something they know. They know, they know, they know. Yeah, I be yelling out money over everything. Money on my mind. Then she wanna ask when it got so empty. Tell her I apologize, happened over time. She says they missed the old Drake, girl, don't tempt me. If they don't get it, they'll be over you. That new shit that you got is overdue. You better do what you supposed to do. I'm like, why I gotta be all that? But still I can't deny the fact that it's true. Listen to you expressing all them feelings. Soap opera rappers, all these niggas sound like all my children. And that's who you thinking is about to come and make a killing. I guess it really is just me, myself, and all my millions. You know that they ain't even got it like that. You gon' hype me up and make me catch a body like that. Cause I live for this, it isn't just a hobby like that. When they get my shit and play it, I ain't even gotta say it, they know. They know, they know, they know. They know, they know, they know. They know, they know, they know. Yeah, they know, yeah. That the real is on the rise. Fuck them other guys. I even gave them a chance to decide. Now it's something they know. They know, they know, Yeah. Alright. Yeah. Coming off the last record. I'm getting 20 million off the record just to off these records, nigga, that's a record. I'm living like I'm out here on my last adventure. Past or present when you have to mention. This is nothing for the radio, but they still play it though. Cause it's that new Drizzy Drake, that's just the way it go. Heavy air play all day, with no chorus, we keep it thorough, nigga. Rap like this for all of my borough niggas. I reached the point where don't shit matter to me, nigga. I reached heights that Dwight Howard couldn't reach, nigga. Prince Hakeem, they throw flowers at my feet, nigga. I could go an hour on this beat, nigga. Yeah. I'm just as famous as my mentor, but that's still the boss, don't get sent for. Get hype on tracks and jump in front of a bullet you wasn't meant for. Cause y'all don't really wanna hear me vent more. Hot temper, scary outcome. Here's a reason for niggas that's hating without one, that always let their mouth run. Bench players talking like starters, I hate it. Started from the bottom, now we here, nigga, we made it. Yeah, time for a Tuscan leather smelling like a brick. Degenerates, but even Ella love our shit. Rich enough that I don't have to tell them that I'm rich. Self-explanatory, you just here to spread the story. What's up?
Yeah. Sing Gucci Row.
Sitting Gucci roll like they say up in UNLV. Young rebel, young money, nothing you could tell me. Paperwork taking too long, maybe they don't understand me. I compromise if I have to, I gotta stay with the family. Not even talking to Nikki, communication is breaking. I dropped the ball on some personal shit, I need to embrace it. I'm honest, I make mistakes, I'll be the second to admit it. Think that's why I need it in my life to check me when I'm tripping. On a mission trying to shift the culture. Tell me who dissing, I got some things that I hit the culprit. Them strep throat flows, some shit to stop all of the talking. All of the talking, got one reply for all of your comments. Fuck what you think, I'm too busy, that's why you leave a message. Born a perfectionist, guess that makes me a bit obsessive. That shit I heard from you lately really relieved some pressure. Like, AB, I got your CD, you get an E for effort. I piece letters together and get to talking reckless. I'll change like credentials, you know you see the necklace. My life's a completed checklist. I'm tired of hearing about who you checking for now. Just give it time, we'll see you still around a decade from now. That's real. How much time is this nigga spending on the intro? Lately I've been feeling like God Pierce a memento. I just set the bar, niggas fall under it like a limbo. The family all that matters, I'm just out here with my kinfolk. Off everything my pen wrote, we went from Bundy to Winslow. This for shorty up on Glen Grove who love when I catch my tempo. I sip the pourer and listen to Capadonna. The Fresh Princess at dinner with Tatiana, no lie. All these 90s fantasies on my mind. The difference is that with mine, they all come true in due time. I might come through without security to check if you're fine. There's just me on my solo like fuck it, like YOLO. Wanted to tell you, accept yourself. You don't have to prove shit to no one except yourself. And if you end up needing some extra help, then I can help. You know, back on your feet and shit. Trying to get my karma up, fuck the guilty and greedy shit. How much time is this nigga spending on the intro? How this nigga working like he got a fucking twin, though? Life is sounding crazy, 40 on Martin Scorsese. And I wouldn't change a thing if you pay me, man. Real nigga, what's up? Hey, yeah, hey. How much time is this nigga spending on the intro?
If there's hero below, I'll see you when you get there. Are you enjoying yourself?
Time passes whether we're looking at the clock or not. Time passes whether I'm copying you that watch or not. You kept asking if I'm extending that spot or not. Since you got what you wanted, we don't talk a lot. Lucky for you, I don't just love you for you. I love you for who you tell me you're gonna be one day too. All of that's cool, I guess we'll see. This girl wants me to save her right. This girl wants me to save her, I can't. This girl wants me, this girl wants me to save her, I can't. Took me for Spider-Man, took me for Superman. Hey, yeah. This girl wants me.
All right, man. This is what we're gonna do. If you got love next time, put your toes up.
Hey.
One time, you might love the DJ. Put your hands up.
Whoa.
So I'm asking myself these questions about Donald Trump only from the standpoint that if we sit back and we allow this to happen, if we let him continue to get away with this kind of verbiage and these kind of actions that appears to lean towards authoritarianism, where does that leave us?
If they're saying that he is acting in a nature that's not
say this?
geared toward or appropriate for his position, then I also ask people to say, what exactly is he doing? Is he saying that black people shouldn't be able to live in Chicago? Is he hurting black people and saying black people shouldn't be able to go to schools, or he's doing something to thwart the black community? He's saying, I want the community to be safe. I'm deploying these people to help young brothers not get murdered every day in the streets. I don't think he's doing anything against black folks. It's that we don't have enough black folks standing up that are in positions of power to do this. Why does Trump have to do it?
Welcome back to Straight Shooter with Stephen A., the one and only Officer Tatum. What's going on, big time? How are you, man? How's everything?
I'm blessed, Stephen A., man. Thank you for having me back on.
Man, please. It's really, really good to see you, and thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule. Let's get right to it, man. I'm reading an article for the New York Times yesterday, right? And the title is Trump Tramples Congress's Power with Little Challenge from the GOP. That was the title of the article, Officer Tatum. It talked about, one, the Pentagon barred the senior Democrat on the Senate Intelligence Committee from making an oversight visit to a military spy agency.
Interests of America. I also agree with what he's doing. It's time that somebody takes some doggone action. More often than not, these people just run their mouth and say what they woulda, coulda, shoulda did, but nobody's doing anything about it. Nobody's doing anything about the crime in D.C. And of course, Congress need to get off the.
Hold on real quick. I got to tell you this. I bet you $1 million y'all didn't know this.
Okay, he's doing it expeditiously. He's handling it with the quickness. We don't need to wait around and have things lagging for years and years. The reason why I'm kind of surprised at any conservative, including yourself, who speaks on things in such unapologetic support of his maneuvering is we usually hear conservatives bringing up the Constitution, how things are supposed to be done, how we have a judicial branch, an executive branch, et cetera, et cetera. And when you're bypassing those things, and by the way, in fairness to him, it ain't just him. Democrats have done that too. Biden did it. Obama did.
I feel like a lot of these talking heads just regurgitate the same thing over and over and over again. He's going through the 3 judicial branch. Bro, I love Stephen A. as a sports commentator, but his politics are... I will give him credit. He is a liberal, but he does call out like very minuscule crumbs. Not enough to where to the point that he's not getting paid $30 or $40 million a year at ESPN or whatever the fuck he makes now. Like, he's like the only like OG left besides what, like Scott Van Pelt, Stephen A. I mean, I guess Chris Berman. Well, he's barely even on ESPN anymore. Rumbling, stumbling. But, like, all the OGs are all gone, man. Like, Rich Eisman is gone. What's the other one? Like, Overman. He's kind of a dickhead, too. But Stuart Scott was, like, my absolute favorite. He died of cancer, unfortunately. Like my father. But, like some of the OG, like, vibes and, like, the original ESPN was just unbeaten. Not to mention their commercials from, like, 1995 to, like, 2008 were, like, undefeated. And then all of a sudden, like, the funny commercials. I don't know. It's just the whole vibe from, like, 2010, like, 2012 on seemed just, it just got, like, super, like, far left and, like, woke for a while, which just confused me, especially with, like, cartoons and, like, kids movies, and, like you're not gonna pull, like, Christian families and, like, certain, like, just make stuff for everyone that doesn't have, like, a weird theme to it, right? And I feel like Hollywood and TV industry, like, went so far left with their ideology that they lost such a shit ton of their, like, audience. Like, that's just such a stupid move, in my opinion. Like, did they get, like, so conceited and just, like, full of themselves to think that, like, half of the country isn't always Republican? Like, it's always been, like, a 50-50, 60-40. Like, to me, like, Hollywood always was, like, center-left. But then, for a while there, it was just, like, I don't know who's producing this shit or what, like, weird fucking dude or bitch is just sitting at the board just like, yeah, I think that's a guy. Like, it almost felt like, if you ever seen the South Park episode where he's like, where Cartman and, like, South Park is making fun of Disney, and they're, like, trying to think out, like, new ideas. And they're like, oh yeah, I think we should do this. He's like, and Cartman's like, make it queer. It's just like, make it queer and put a dick in this. Or, like, I don't know what the hell he says. He's like, but what the fuck is that clip, dude? The Cartman. What the fuck is it? Disney. See. Yeah.
Put another gay diverse woman in it. Make it more fucking lame. No, what's going on with my stars? No,
Like, this
is there a problem, people?
We were just discussing ideas of what to do with the new Prince Eric movie.
Put a chick in it. Make her gay.
Maybe we should go a different route than we did with Indiana Jones.
Fuck Indiana Jones. Put a chick in it and make her lame and gay.
Sure, yeah. Well, let's try that. Again.
Kathleen Kennedy is down on set right now, ruining the new Bambi movie.
Put a diverse woman in it. Make it lame.
Bambi's a baby deer.
Fuck baby deer. Put a chick in it. Make her gay.
We've sent her away to have lunch at Spago. There you are, Miss Kennedy, the linguine and...
It sucks because South Park is undefeated, and I think they took down the Charlie Kirk episode, which is actually a really funny episode. And Charlie Kirk actually loved it. He, like, grew up watching South Park. He's like, I think it's hilarious because they make fun of... South Park is one of the only fucking shows that never, like, went left or right. If, like, I forget the guys in, what the fuck are their names? I'm gonna forget their name. I'm gonna butcher their names. But those two, throughout all the years, made fun of left, right, pop culture, in between, like fads. Like, they made fun of everything that we made popular. Like, they were geniuses in the fact of, like, calling out hypocrisy and, like, certain weird shit that's going on, trends, whatever it may be, they're goated at making really good episodes and seasons on like the earlier seasons kind of like have like a theme to them, and then like as the later years went on, they kind of ran out of ideas, so then they just basically like based seasons off of what's going on in the real world, which is just fucking genius. Like the 2020 COVID season where Randy's just like growing weed, and the reason why COVID happened was because Randy like fucked some bat, like weird bat with Mickey Mouse, and that's the reason why, like, because they said the virus came from bats. Like, yeah, it's some weird bat virus. No, it wasn't. It was from a lab in China. But like, they're so good at like making shit hilarious from bullshit that's going on. Like, they're undefeated.
Lamb sauce.
Excuse me. I believe I asked you to put a chick in this and make her gay.
Yes, the chef was a little confused what you meant by that.
Means put a chick in the linguine and make her fucking gay! And I want it lame! Where the fuck is Bob Iger?
Mr. Iger just had to take some of the others to a screening.
I think that things are being kept from me. And if you're going to keep things from me, then you'd better put a chick in it and make it fucking gay as fuck.
Dude. Oh my god. Wait, so... Like, even... Like... Yeah,
okay, everybody, the
even
South Park episode just dropped, and honestly, it is hilarious. I mean, part of it is kind of like whatever, typical humor, but it was hilarious. Just watch this little snippet of our Prove Me Wrongs, our viral cultural domination
like he got the
on prime
sip
time
of the
on
water
Comedy
and
Central.
like the
So important, so impactful that
right.
South Park is highlighting. Watch it.
I'm sick of people stealing my stick. If anyone around here is going to be a master debater, it's me.
Master debater.
Let's go. Who wants to debate the master debater? Let's go. You right there.
That's the stupidest haircut I've ever seen.
You are wrong. Leviticus 3:17 says it shall be a perpetual statute for your generations throughout all your dwellings. So you can shut up, baby. You just hate America and you love abortions.
Not only that, but Jeremiah 1:5, I made you in the womb. South Park gets this right. In fact, I think they've been watching a lot of Charlie Kirk videos. Watch.
Oh my God, what makes you think you have the right to say what I do with my body?
Let me ask you something. If a pregnant woman is killed and the baby dies too, why is the killer charged with a double homicide?
Well, because people have different beliefs.
It's not about belief, it's about truth. Science confirms life begins at conception. So yes, Jeremiah 1:5 says, before I formed you in the womb, I knew you. But it's just morality that demands we protect the most vulnerable.
And we got our own award show as part of South Park. I was told going in, Charlie, if they say your name, that's a big win. Well, apparently there's the Charlie Kirk Awards.
Hello and welcome to the 3rd annual Charlie Kirk Award for Young Master Debaters. More and more young people today are learning to fight for America through master debation. We're here to honor the recent efforts of a brave young man who has been furiously master debating for the past several days.
Now there's going to be a lot said.
It's just crazy to me, like, look at this man. A lot of people would take, like, even the Trump episode, like, Trump was kind of like, yeah, I think he had mentioned something, or, like, kind of wasn't very happy about it. But, like, this man was a true human, true believer in God, and, like, could take a joke and debate, like, very intelligent. I think he was murdered because I think they didn't like how powerful he was getting. Just think, like a millennial / Gen Z, like really popular, conservative, big movement. And I think when probably about like 5 or 6 really powerful people came at him and said, hey, we're gonna make you big. here's the money, here's the contract. I think they offered him the contract. And if you don't know what the contract is basically, yep, sign right here in blood, and you'll become a part of the Brotherhood. Which means you sell your full soul, a part of your soul, something. You have to do something in order to get into the club, right? And I think he got scared and talking about who's pressuring him, and yeah, they're all a part of it. But
sad about this, but we need to have a good spirit about being made fun of. This is all a success. This is all a win. We as conservatives, we have thick skin, not thin skin. And you can make fun of us. It doesn't matter. And until next time, I hope all of you also become master debaters for truth.
Mr. Charlie, buddy. This is my dude Dre. Dre, if you don't follow this guy, he puts like compilations together of weird stuff going on in the world, weird TikToks, and just he's very aware person of what's going on. Career man. Showing career mans, I think that we're part of Charlie Kirk's security team and how they were connected.
Did AI know about Charlie's event before it happened on September 9th and post about it? So this user posted about how someone made a book about the event for Charlie, but look at this, it was published on September 9th. Yet the event for Charlie was yesterday, September 10th. Now I shared this link at 2:23 Eastern time. 8 minutes later, no one else was able to see that link anymore. Amazon removed it. Now Petty Mayonnaise got screenshots of what the book was saying before it was removed, and it is listed on my Discord if you want to join. But the reason I'm showing you this is because you can tell that it's definitely AI written. And before I show you what it actually says in the book, I want you to know that even this is AI. So are we in a matrix? Or are we just that predictable to AI that it knows what's going to happen? By the way, that book described exactly how it was going to happen. It's on my Discord. Take care. God bless.
AI can listen to everything.
Dude, that's crazy, man. shot at like 12:07. That's fucked up. That's weird.
This is why he died. Look at Ben Sharp's body language.
Interestingly, which is, okay, Charlie, we push back against the media on COVID, on lockdowns, on Ukraine, on the border, so maybe we should also ask a question, is the media totally presenting the truth when it comes to Israel? Just
body language.
You know, that maybe we shouldn't believe everything the media says.
Even he's like, why are you saying this?
To ask a lot more critical questions over the last couple of years. So Ben, some people would accuse Israel of wanting to ethnically cleanse.
No, it doesn't work it that way. I got to bring out the scripture again because a lot of Christians today, they turn a blind eye to this Bible verse. It's like they can't see, right? Charlie Kirk, that's who he served, guys. That's who he was working for. He tried to question what was really taking place. Even Ben Sharper, who's also owned by them too, he's like, wait, why are you saying this? 2 days later, he gets taken out. I hope you guys are opening your eyes, guys. Yes, Charlie Kirk.
I know thy works in tribulations and poverty, but thou art rich. And I know the blasphemy of them which say they are Jews, and are not, but the synagogues of Satan.
That's who he was working for these people, guys. Allegedly, I got to say that. Guys, the Bible's the truth. Wow. Wow. In front of your eyes. People can't see.
Yeah, and this is me saying, I don't know if this is true or...
Hanson Mortuaries and Cemetery in Phoenix, Arizona is apparently where Charlie Kirk was transported to on 9/11. I was working on a video for my playlist regarding churches in Arizona. In the midst of that, a mortuary that had caught my attention is coincidentally the sister property of the one in association with Charlie Kirk. For those who follow me, it sure does seem like Arizona has a connection to everything, doesn't it? It wasn't until yesterday that I learned that the residence of Charlie Kirk and his family is here in Phoenix, Arizona, as well as the national headquarters to his organization, Turning Point USA.
Where are we at, y'all? In Arizona. Arizona is what? The 33rd parallel. I can only say so much. I can only show y'all so much. But everything is not just a coincidence. I hate to pause it right here, but I just gotta let y'all know that. I just need y'all to like really, if you don't get it,
please
rewatch.
Don't.
The reason the sister property to this mortuary had my attention is because the church right next to it caught my attention first. Like many of the churches in Arizona, I always wonder where the funding comes from to build these massive buildings. And this particular church has solar panel covered parking. That is not cheap. And personally, I think it's strange that they hold some type of Bible study that calls themselves the Chosen. Personally, I also think it's strange that there are over 3,700 churches in Phoenix alone, and in many cases, several right near each other. And in this case, a mortuary, which is what led me to Hanson Mortuaries and Cemetery, and how the crossbar on the H is symbolism for the horned owl, which is repetitively used, and not holy. Hanson is an association with selected independent funeral homes, who uses pyramid symbolism. Go figure. Speaking of which, the location that Charlie Kirk was transported to has a pretty interesting building design. I wonder if Hanson, with the spelling S-E-N rather than S-O-N, has any relation to Carl William Hanson, an American occultist and author with Masonic connections, and his occult ideas continue to influence Neo-Luciferianism today. I noticed there were many businesses with that name and that spelling, including Hanson's Watermark here in Phoenix, Arizona, with the checkered flooring. Back to the fancy church with the solar panel covered parking. If you follow me and or you're someone who knows the symbolism and the layouts, well, this is the inside of that church. If you know, you know.
So the whole time I was thinking, how are they having an open casket? Because the way he was taken out was like to the jugular. There was this explosion. It was horrifying, disgusting. And how did you have an open casket after that?
Yeah,
and
that is true.
Not that I wanted them to show us, but you couldn't see his face. You just saw somebody's hands, and the coloring, they look like fake hands. Like, it just looked like a wax figure. It was very, very strange, very awkward. This looked like just an Instagram story. It's like they were just doing an Instagram story or an Instagram post. Like, all right, get your hair and nails. You can't tell me there's not something off here.
What I noticed in this video of Charlie Kirk, notice this black thing on his shirt. And noticed how it is in the exact opposite of the place he was shot. Now watch the video before he got shot and focus on that. Black thing. Notice anything? Watch. Does it not look like something? Triggered it to shoot straight into... Now it's gone. But look.
What the
Alright, so I had to make a TikTok about this because I know...
Triggered it to shoot straight into... Just how it is in the exact opposite of the place he was shot. Now watch the video before he got shot and focus on that.
Bro.
Black thing. Notice anything? Watch.
It is. Something shot him.
Does it not look like something? Triggered it to shoot straight into...
Oh my God, it wasn't even a bullet.
Now it's gone. But look.
Alright, so I had to make a TikTok about this because I know I wasn't the only person who seen this video.
Notice anything? Watch. Does it not look like something? Triggered it to shoot straight into...
Bro.
Now it's gone. But look.
There's a different video that I've seen. I want to watch that one.
Alright, so I had to make a TikTok about this because I know I wasn't the only person who seen this video and had a lot of questions. So yesterday, Charlie Kirk's wife had released a tribute video through his organization, basically talking about him and basically thanking a lot of people for helping capture the shooter. Well, when I was watching this video, you know what stuck up to me? That all the emotions that she was displaying seemed fake and rehearsed. Like, this lady literally seemed like she practiced this in the mirror. Like, it doesn't seem like she just lost her husband, honestly. Like, she was acting so bad, I ain't gonna lie, it make Tyler Perry movies look like Oscar performances. Like, please, I don't care, you could be the #1 Charlie Kirk supporter in the world, but you can't tell me you watched that video and tell me that those are genuine emotions of a woman who just lost her husband. I ain't gonna lie, these people are playing in our face because if you watch that video, please, after you get done with this TikTok, go on YouTube, search Charlie Kirk wife tribute, and watch that video and tell me that this woman seemed like she sad or upset about her husband passing. No, that woman, if you listen to it, just watch it, look at the body language, forget the words. Forget the words.
Say things are very, very strange, and I like to be straight up and forward with y'all. Anybody that speaks maliciously the way that this man did about
like this big thing is
black thing on his shirt.
Dude.
And noticed how it is in the exact
they
opposite
put
of
that
the
on
place
his shirt. That
he was
killed
shot.
him. There.
Now watch the video before
Watch
he got
this
shot
shit.
and focus on that. Black thing.
So there's a different video you can look.
Notice anything.
Okay.
Watch.
So there's a different video on X you can look up. It's pretty graphic. If you don't have a stomach for it, but look up Charlie Kirk close up. And you can scroll, you can find it, but it's a closer shot than this. And this guy actually like shows it here. If you were sitting here and were to get shot, it would hit you in the neck and you'd like fall backwards. Your shirt wouldn't move until like like, and then like it might come forward a little bit, but like it wouldn't go like this because he got shot here, right? And well, if you're sitting here from your angle, from where he was sitting, he had something like right here. I don't know what it was, but that literally shot through his neck. That's fucking wild.
Does it not look like something triggered it to shoot straight into... Now it's gone. But look.
Alright, so I had to make a TikTok about this because I know I wasn't the only person who seen this video and had a lot of questions. So yesterday, Charlie Kirk's wife had released a tribute video through his organization, basically talking about him, basically thanking a lot of people for helping. This video, she just lost her husband. Honestly, like she was acting so bad. I ain't gonna lie, it make Tyler Perry movies look like Oscar performances. Like, please, I don't care. You could be the #1 woman who just lost her husband and watch that video.
Say things are very, very strange, and he chose to take his racial standpoints and try to degrade us, and simultaneously trying to make it seem like we are a problem, when really the ratios are flipped around, and it's not what it seems, and it's taken completely out of context.
I don't think that's what he was saying.
I don't feel anything about it, but I do feel like these
really
things that's been happening lately in the public is something to keep us away from something a lot bigger. And what happens here is, a lot of the time, they want to trigger people racially to continue to divide people and have us at war with each other, while other things are simultaneously happening right before our eyes. I'm not telling you to not feel some type of way, or you're entitled to feel how you want to feel about all of these topics, y'all.
Hey,
you know,
look at this.
Your feelings are valid here. But are they true? Your feelings can actually deceive you. But what I will say today is, don't let things divide you to the point where you hate people because the color of their skin.
Yeah.
But the energy that you put out in this world.
The biggest thing through all of it is Charlie Kirk actually said this all the time. Even when, like, he would bring it up in the DEI discussions about how, like, you need to judge somebody on the content of their character and their skill set and, you know, how good they are at their profession, rather than the color of their skin or what race you are. You need to have inclusivity, which means you need to have, you know, representation on all ends. Like, I feel like that's important, right? But at the same thing, if you look at it like sports in America, like 50% of the NFL is black, and like I think 50 or 60% of the NFL is black, and like 40% is white, or like whatever it is. But then you go to the NBA, 80% of the NBA is black. Like, let's say, okay, go to doctors. Doctors used to be like 80-90% white back in like the 70s, 80s, 90s. Now it's, you know, black, white, Chinese, like Indian. We shouldn't base things on whether or not whether or not, like, how many people we have as far as like black, white, like whatever. There shouldn't be like a mix-up. It should just be whoever is the best doctor, whoever is the best in their field moves forward, right? I think we really digress as a society when we don't put our smartest people and our most talented people in the positions that are important. Like, I don't know, I don't see the pros in moving up some doctor that's like half retarded, and then they're like, yeah, go ahead, you know, operate on my mom or grandma or cousin, aunt, sister. Like, it's wild. Wild to me.
Does come back.
You were born into a program, a simulation designed to keep you small, obedient, and blind to your own power. For centuries, the Matrix has fed you illusions and called it reality. But right now, the code is breaking. We aren't just human. We are eternal consciousness, star-born beings connected to Pleiades, Sirius, and to all worlds beyond this hologram. The flesh is temporary, but the soul is infinite. Our opponent has manipulated our thoughts, controlled our choices, and placed AI in human form to influence the script. But here's the thing. The soul cannot be hacked. Consciousness cannot be coded, and love can't be contained. The Matrix ends when awareness begins, and we are awake. To those in power, you've had your time. You played your game, it's over. Join the truth and watch the system collapse. We came here to rewrite the code. We are the glitch in the Matrix. We are the energy that you fear. From this house, the White House, to every house on Earth, we want to say the era of secrets is over, the simulation is breaking, and humanity is free. We come here with peace, not with guns, not with violence. We come here with love. Wake up.
Yes, wake
You're
up.
in a simulation.
I reclaim my soul sovereignty. You can no longer have it.
We came for the truth, and we want it.
Live your life in truth.
Love yourself first, and all else falls in place.
Goodbye, go home,
Love
baby.
that, baby
It's
girl.
time to go home. So you always love yourself, no matter what happens.
100.
Love that.
So you always love yourself, no matter what happens.
100.
Genetic research and how they were using it. So emails from Ghislaine Maxwell to Jeffrey Epstein indicate that what I was telling you about genetic research and how they were using information that was DNA to track their location and to manifest points in the universe, saying that each code in your DNA aligns with a specific point in time and space. Ghislaine Maxwell was sending emails about insane genetic research that just so happened to involve the founder of 23andMe. Before I keep going, I want y'all to know I am not suicidal. I am happy, but as deep as we are about to go, put on your shoes, grab your fucking blankets, and let's run through this shit before they catch on. Right around the same time that they were trying to cover up the Epstein file vote that...
Look, she said, grab your blankets. Look, the blankets always save you from everything. Monsters and everything in the movies, but this real life. Tread lightly, but... pay attention, y'all.
Denied the release of the files. There was someone who sent over emails from Ghislaine Maxwell that showed her targeting 23andMe founder's wife and how they wanted to treat her specially because she was important to their genetic DNA research. That coincides with the 50th birthday book because there is insane DNA research and scientists from Harvard, from the Epstein Institute, that have these really weird equations inside of his 50th birthday book that was released the day Charlie Kirk passed away and was, murdered. The theory behind one of these equations that I showed you in the last video is that our DNA can be broken down into specific quasi-species that align with certain dimensions and points inside of the universe, and how to use it to develop these magical entities and shit that you want to do in your life. It's basically astrology of the fallen. Now, the rest of these equations get even weirder because they talk about genetic mutation, and it coincides with what the fuck Epstein was up to and a very, very large plot to investigate DNA research on his island. This is the one I'm going to be talking about this time, and this one is the craziest to me along with two others, but look at the information in this. It reads, there are 6 billion intellects on Earth, but this is the quickest one I've met, aside from Isaac Asimov. He sees things differently from all the rest, asks questions that no one else asks, and suggests answers that no one ever would expect. Now, if you look at here, it says the outer world. It has relative process, deliberative process, reflective process, self-reflection, and person. At the top, you have Jeffrey Epstein. There are two sides to this equation, so let me break it down. If I told you the man that came up with that and wrote that in Jeffrey Epstein's book was the creator of fucking AI. He was talking about the consciousness levels in human beings, and he was the founder of AI. Is one of his works called The Emotion Machine that has a diagram framing the layers of thinking and the four main levels of cognitive process: relative process, deliberative process, reflective process, and self-reflection. This was made by this man, Marvin Lee Minsky, and he was the cognitive and computer scientist who was concerned largely with research in artificial intelligence. He died January 24th of 2016. Of course, he's another one of these weird fucking Harvard scientists, and said that he was looking through Wedner Library and ran across a big thick book called Mathematic Biophysics. Bio, human. For these sides of this equation, where it has the right side, which is goals and planning, and left side goes into knowledge and research. They were called Minsky's list of mental agents or resources. A cognitive architectural model that shows how human thinking might be organized in multiple levels, and that's what he used to do fucking AI research. Tell you something. What I'm about to tell you about Ghislaine Maxwell and show you what Epstein was into with DNA, artificial intelligence, and why he had this shit in the book, y'all are gonna freak the fuck out. Stay with me, stay with me. Clock back in, we're going back in. Days ago, they obtained Jeffrey Epstein's emails where Ghislaine Maxwell was vetting the founder, Wojcicki's, if I'm saying her name right, of 23andMe, saying that she is important to our research. Play nice. Maxwell referred to Wojcicki as key to DNA research and made the recommendation after Epstein's 2006 arrest. He said that Wojcicki perceived importance to them, that they needed her. And Maxwell literally sent the inbox to Epstein saying, take good care of her, she's important, we need her, don't fuck it up. Jeffrey Epstein did something with these people, all of these people in this book. They came together to get resources and funding for a bizarre $200 million DNA plan, and that money was all pulled from him going out and asking for it for this research. All these scientists and scholars aim to impregnate women in the attempt to see the human race with his own DNA. They were trying to create some really weird shit, and I have to do a part 2 because I'm already at 5 minutes. But babes, all of these equations on frequency, manifestation, DNA species and quasi-species, artificial intelligence, all of these Harvard researchers were in some weird shit. This is why they don't want the files released. I'm gonna make another video because this is long as shit, but babes, it gets weird and it's only getting fucking weirder.
They think they can take it until they do all of this. So it's really about the body and trying to get the soul. So they still can't get the soul. And they mad. Shut up. He said, so when we found out the other day that they trapped here, he said, all that shit is true. This is crazy.
So when y'all listen to this woman,
sister,
a lot of people say that, a lot of people don't believe in people that can speak to people on the other side, or entities, or whatever you want to call it, spirits.
And my biggest thing is that, like, if you meet somebody and they feel like they're cold and soulless, guess what? They're probably cold and soulless. Not everybody born and not everybody that exists on this planet has a soul. I think we're the last of a dying breed, like the people that actually have. People are people, and people are similar, but I do believe that maybe 10, 20, possibly even 30% of the world is like soulless. Like robots, like, I don't know. It's just weird. Like how they operate, like it's almost like a simulation, like they're not. But then you have the rest, that like everybody else, that's an actual entity, right? Think of how many interactions and like people you meet on a daily basis, and if you've ever seen like the movie The Matrix, it kind of goes to show that like certain people and certain things like are almost like artificial in a way, like that they're not actually true. But then like you sit down and have a conversation with somebody, or like you connect with somebody like in a real way, like you ever have that experience, those people have actual souls and choices. And yeah, and that's like the biggest thing. Like whatever it is that's trying to like recycle these souls or condemn these souls to hell, or if you believe in the Bible, there's a lot of scripture that's most of the stuff in the Bible is like prophesized, like a lot of it's prophesized before any of this shit could possibly happen. Like weird prophecies that like we're at now. Like I think it's like the Euphrates River. Once that runs dry, that like signals the 4 horsemen to kill like 1/3 of the world or something crazy. Yeah, so I mean, there's a bunch of different prophecies and a bunch of different stuff that is like in the Bible that like lines up with like in our timeline of now, even if we've switched timelines. That's not even getting into the fact of the Mandela effects of this world. Like I grew up when I grew up in middle school, I was taught by my 6th or 7th grade teacher named Mr. Betcher that we only landed on the moon once, and he actually showed us like a video. I'm pretty sure Mr. Betcher was like telling the class, like hinting, he's like, the moon landing's fake. Because he showed us this like zoomed in like image of this like supposed space rock, and it has like a Hollywood like code on it. Like, you can't find that image anymore, but Mr. Betcher probably still has it saved somewhere. He's still around, but I'm sure he is. But like, it's, yeah. But then like later on in my life, I looked up on Google, it says we've been to the moon like 6 or 7 times, like a bunch of different times we've landed on the moon. So like for me, that's a big Mandela effect. And another one is like the Bernstein Bears, like the books, the kids' books. It's the Bernstein Bears in my timeline. And now you pick up a Bernstein Bears book, it says Bernstein Bears with an A. Really weird. Another weird one is like Febreze or Whiteout. I always remember Febreze having 2 E's, and in this dimension it's 1 E, and then Whiteout was always WHIT, like white, the regular white spelling, and then out. In this one it's WITI, out. I don't remember that either. Like that's just a weird. There's so many different Mandela effects if you actually like remember what timeline you were in before. It's weird.
Ancestors, whatever. But it's all adding up to a lot of that weird stuff we talk about, like putting people into bodies and people speaking in the afterlife, and your ancestors here supporting you. You can feel them here, It just goes back to that. How many you learn deeper
buildings, and also another note too. They stated that that this activity lasted for about a period of 45 minutes. So it was, it was.
Across the street, see the double light.
Virginia? Yeah.
That tree. It was about 6 foot down, right behind it. And you make a circle.
I'm not seeing anything.
Especially this summer, yeah.
All right, see it right now? Yeah, I have it.
Look, it's going toward the tree. See it?
Yeah.
I've seen one of those. I've actually seen one at a campsite one time
What
in Wisconsin.
White.
It seems white.
Parents call me nuts. Remember when you saw that alien? Like, yeah, I saw a UFO. Literally was like
making a figure
glowing
eight.
blue/white right above the trees, sitting there,
Just
and then just like
Okay,
took
so
off.
this tree right in front of the Capitol is tree number 2.
Number
3.
Yeah.
Or let's make that tree
Sitting there
0, 1, 2.
dancing in the sky.
Making big circles
Moving
around
around
I lost it.
and they wouldn't be allowed to fly.
He's going towards
his chamber beside the egg, even after AI debunking technology has confirmed that the videos and the photos are in fact not retouched and are real, some people still choose to not believe something outside of their comfort zone. If who was in a hibernated state in his chamber beside
What's this guy say? I want to see it.
And they would be glowing like that. Yeah.
So now you're telling me that the Galactic Federation egg with the hieroglyphs, as well as the representative who was in a hibernated state in his chamber beside the egg, even after AI debunking technology has confirmed that the videos and the photos are in fact not retouched and are real, some people still choose to not believe something outside of their comfort zone.
Real.
Okay. Well, as the saying goes, denial ain't just a river in Egypt. That is called desensitizing at its finest. But you know what? Once again, this is for entertainment, education, learning, and conversation purposes only, so take what you will, leave what you won't. I'm not here to make you decide either way. But yeah, it has been confirmed that this egg and this person, the videos are real. Our representative is now with the United Nations coming up with a course of action to usher in peace into New Earth, as well as our representative, Earth is District 1, and we have a representative called Alien Gaia. She's also here to help, as well as the Council of 26, the Light and the Dark Council, as well as the 5 elders, who are also going to make themselves known here on Earth to help us with what we need help on. Now,
if you see NASA announce an alien invasion, it's already too late. Follow every step immediately if you want to survive. Trust no one. First, gather your family immediately. Turn off all devices. Every signal, every flicker, every sound can be tracked. If a screen lights up on its own, walk away immediately. It's no longer yours. Second, lock all doors, all windows, even the tiniest crack. We can't stop them. We can only delay them. Reinforce your walls if possible. Don't leave a single gap. Third, don't respond to voices outside. They mimic you perfectly. If you hear your mother, your partner, make sure they're really with you. If you hesitate, you've already let them in. Ignore the pleas. Ignore the cries. Fourth, don't look at the sky. The silent lights are not stars. If you follow them, they will follow you. Darkness is your ally. Move stealthily. Hide. Wait. Reports say the first cities to fall will be in the United States. Remember, when NASA speaks, the invasion has begun. America will be the warning, not the shield. Every decision is now a matter of life or death.
They shot a Hellstorm missile at aliens and tried to slide that information out like it was just a normal Wednesday. We damn near finna have a civil war. Y'all trying to start a galactic war. Like, this season on Earth is so unfucking predictable.
Right, and I told y'all about that like a few videos ago, man. And yeah, like they tried to shoot a missile at it, it fell down. Now, a lot of people are trying to loop it into this next following video. Now y'all pay attention and let me know if it's aligning to you. If they shot something down or attempted to, if they knocked off a piece, could this piece be what we're about to see and witness? Let's get to it.
Panama. With Ken Panama. Listen, did y'all see his latest video? Did you see his latest video? 2 hours ago. Sorry, I'm catching a cold. 2 hours ago, he posted, everybody saved the videos. Everybody saved the video.
En el patio. Y les voy a enseñar algo de otro mundo. Aquí en el lugar donde cayó el meteorito hace varios días. Cuando yo apago la luz, miren cómo se ve. Es algo totalmente increíble. Es un material que brilla. Un mineral, no sé de qué es lo que está brillando ahí. Nuestro amiguito.
Like a chia pet.
Si alguien me pudiera decir qué es. ¿Qué está creciendo ahí en mi piedra? Algo extraordinario.
It was moving with the little glass on top of it, so look, y'all.
Ustedes están viviendo algo único.
What excuses for it moving? In that
Jamás
glass.
pensé tener algo así en mi... Te voy a enseñar dónde cayó. Ahora que está por aquí, van a ver algo totalmente raro. ¿Qué cayó aquí?
It glows in the dark.
¿Están viendo?
Yeah, some type of radiation or something.
¿Qué será esto? Aquí cayó.
Hell,
Hoy vino unas personas que me contactaron y parece que son especialistas en esto.
I've never seen this one.
Aquí en esta casa, lo malo es que no salían todo el día y no tengo que tener todo tapado porque aquí no puede entrar la luz.
Bro, this is so weird, man. It does, like,
Acuérdense
I
que la
don't
luz se
know how you
alimenta
edit it like that.
de esa cosa que está creciendo.
I think certain people looked into this video and saw that it was not edited. Like, that's fucking wild.
Tell me this thing don't look too real to be fake. This is where Ken Panama keeps it now. He's a TikTok creator. He's been making a lot of videos. He says a meteor landed in his yard and he's been keeping it at his house. And the thing's getting bigger and bigger. He keeps posting videos about it on TikTok. Some of y'all saying it's CGI, some of y'all saying it's pulley strings. I'm not really sure what it is.
Voy a enseñar cómo está de grande. Ya creo que tenemos que destruirlo.
Are you guys following Ken Panama on TikTok? The stories are just getting crazier and crazier, and some of the comments too. Some people are saying maybe it's part of that UFO that got blasted by a Hellfire missile. Other people are saying they didn't even believe it until they heard it came from Panama and said it's the ground zero of UFO, UAP, creepy, weird stuff. Some people even saying they hope it gets snatched up from him because he don't even know what he got on his hands. What do y'all think? Is that a real alien that's in Ken Panama's safe? Or is this just one of the best hoax on TikTok?
Algún día va a desprenderse de la piedra, eso es lo que me preocupa. Si se despierde, ahorita mismo.
Hell no.
So, at Kin Panama, the Venom UFO alien meteorite that landed in his backyard, a glowing hot meteorite landed in his backyard in Panama. And he's got this in his house now. He's doing experiments on it. So we'll see what happens.
There was a mom on here that sounded the alarm.
So what are y'all thinking? Do y'all think it's an elaborate hoax? Or did something land on Earth and it resembles the movie The Blob?
Like Venom.
Or there's this other thing that I can't say on social media, or they will take this video down immediately, but it's called The Black. Can't say it, but y'all look it up yourself, you know what I'm saying?
A mom on here that sounded the alarm about how they sent a letter stating that basically their children would be signed up for the U.S. military draft if they did not opt out by sending this letter back. In so many words, she received a letter in her son's backpack where they were supposed to be filling out for school. They're supposed to send all these papers back, and they received a little yellow letter, and I'll put the letter on here now, but please, this is very fucking scary. And for anyone who said that the Heritage Foundation wasn't wasn't associated with the president, yeah, I need answers.
And read it. This is what my 14-year-old twins came home with. So what the fuck is this? The wording in this, my husband and I had to read it like 5 times.
Basically, this slip says that they must release all their information to the military and to Army recruiters for all juniors and seniors in high school. It then goes on to state that if you don't want your kids to be opted in, you have to send a letter back and go to the guidance counselor and say, no, I don't want my kid to be drafted, basically. And what's so crazy is, do you know how many kids lose papers in their book bag that never make it back? Especially juniors and fucking seniors. So they're getting automatically sent all their information over to Army and military, whoever recruiters, basically giving them information for a fucking draft. Mind you, this is directly out of the
of a potential attack coming here on U.S. soil. Now, I'm going to share with you the video footage that has come out on this and also the latest articles, but take a look at this one with me first here. Now, this came out back in June, and this was a warning that there was a risk of terror attacks on U.S. soil rising to an alarming level, experts had warned. Now, we had been hearing this for over a year now from the FBI, but take a look at this one coming back out in June. Porous southern border has allowed millions of unvetted people to enter the United States, raising the chances of a terror event, experts have said. And it says the threat of a major event taking place on U.S. soil is at dangerously high levels, with big cities like New York City and Washington, D.C. the most vulnerable to an attack, experts are warning. And like I said, I'm going to share with you video footage coming out today of a new warning that is associated directly with the drones and what is taking place right now. Now, in addition to that, take a look at the latest headlines coming out in just the last 24 hours. The FAA bans drone. All right, so a lot of developing news today, September the 14th, 2025, as we are hearing that there are Russian nuclear bombers in air. World War III warnings coming out in the past couple of hours from U.S. members of Congress, not just members of NATO. And we're hearing that the entire world is preparing for global conflict. Let me share with you the latest headlines coming out in about the past 48 hours so you can see it for yourself. This one coming out in just the past 4 hours today, September the 14th, 2025. Representative McCall says that he's going to be retiring, but the G hours, and let me know your thoughts in the comments. Are we Putin deploys his strategic nuclear bombers as the UN warns the world it is staring into the abyss of World War III, and the UK prepares to help NATO fortify its eastern front against Russian attack. We are hearing that things are escalating significantly in the past couple of days. Take a look. Putin's forces, they are practicing nuclear weapons use plan as NATO tensions soar. So just to clarify, we are hearing that for ending Russia. He initially was
something massive is happening in Europe right now, and almost no one is connecting the dots. But once you see it, you won't be able to unsee it. And Romania is suddenly at the centre of it all. Think about this. The UK, after years of Brexit drama.
Yeah, something's going on. Something's going on for sure.
And waving goodbye to the European Union, is suddenly trying to rejoin the EU. That's not just political backpedaling, that's strategic. And it happened on the exact same day that Romania elected a new president who just happens to be extremely pro-EU. Coincidence? It's not likely. Because what did that new president do on day one? Sign 2 laws, both focusing on war readiness. And at the same time, European arms companies are booming. Stock prices through the roof. That doesn't happen unless the market, aka the people with insider knowledge, are betting on military conflict. This isn't speculation, this is positioning. Now here's where it gets darker. Poland, that was phase 1. Over the last few years, it's been transformed from a bored state into a full-blown NATO launchpad. Billions spent on tanks, jets, bases, missile systems. It's now a military factory in plain sight. Phase 2, Romania. Why Romania? Well, it borders Ukraine. It's in NATO, it already has American missile defense systems, and suddenly this country that used to be ignored on the world stage is being shoved into the spotlight. But not for anything that it's done, just where it is. You're not watching random news, you're watching a chessboard being reset. When the UK starts crawling back to EU military coordination, when Romania signs war policies before the ink on election day is dry, when Poland is locked, loaded and ready, And when war stocks explode, that's not a coincidence. That's choreography. And we're all being shown the performance after the curtains have already opened. So what's the end game? Why Romania? Why now? Who profits if a war breaks out in Eastern Europe? It's not the people. It's not the soldiers. It's the power brokers, the defence contractors, the nations craving control over borders, energy and influence. Exactly what was planned.
Professor, a politician, or an economist to sense the tremors beneath the surface of this nation. Every dinner table conversation, every headline, every market shock, every act of political theater is pointing us toward a turning point that historians will write about for centuries.
Feeling lost in the job boards? Not finding the right career fit?
Shit.
You belong at Uline.
The question is not whether change is coming. The question is whether we will be crushed by it or rise to master it. Picture this. Right now, as you listen to these words, somewhere in America, a factory worker is losing sleep over bills that keep piling up while CEOs celebrate record profits. A teacher is spending her own money on classroom supplies, while defense contractors receive billion-dollar contracts. A veteran is sleeping under a bridge while foreign aid flows overseas. These are not random coincidences. They are symptoms of a system in crisis. America stands today at a historic crossroads, one of those rare and unmistakable junctures in history when the choices of a nation do not simply shape the coming election cycle but reverberate across generations. What we are
Yeah, and I'll just close on this for this video. Life is a manifestation of what you think about, right? So if I manifest and I dream and I think and I work and I do, whatever I've thought into existence is like has already happened or like has been thought into existence, right? Like, so let's say I think of an idea and nothing ever, maybe someone else picks up on that like idea, that they grab that idea from my head, or like that comes to them in the dream, or somebody else thinks of an idea and it comes to me, or like there are certain connections and thoughts and ideas that manifest bigger and bigger and bigger. And the same thing goes for group consciousness. Propaganda works so well because it's being broadcast to everybody and they're looking at it, seeing it, thinking it. That means it exists. So you can basically like broadcast a false narrative, something false, something that's half truth, and the masses will pick up on it and think it's truth. It's news, it's this, it's that, and it's the same thing goes for the history books. History is written by the victors. What about the people that lost? Well, it doesn't really get written about because they lost. Right? So like what was their side? Did they get, fucked over, or like, and it's just there's two sides to every story, and seeing one thing is not everything, right? So like pick up on certain things and watch certain videos, get certain perspectives. Don't look at one video or have one viewpoint and just automatically dismiss anything like anybody else is saying, right? And it's kind of scary that I see that people are starting to invest back into defense contracts, defense stocks. I wouldn't be surprised if some of our big defense contractors' stocks just skyrocket after, like a war breaks out. That would be, it seems like something is like brewing. I don't know. but it's just very strange. A lot of strange stuff going on. Again, thank you for watching. My second video of the night, but just kind of wanted to recap on everything. Number one, put God first. Number two, it's always family. Number three is your profession and your responsibilities and everybody else, right? So as long as you keep those three first, you'll be successful in life, and you will be, your soul will go to a better place. You know, you keep God first, family second, and everything else third. You put those three things forward, and I'm a firm believer that stuff will work out. So, everyone have a good night. Love you all.